Tracking that rain and snow heading our way. New timing and totals into our Halloween, plus a look at some sporting events that may be impacted on Friday night with our weather impact alert still continuing tonight through early tomorrow, plus the second wave moving through Friday night through Saturday morning. Again, new timing and totals from these two different waves of wet weather moving through. Snow, rain still on track to pose some travel difficulties. Monitoring the forecast can keep you ahead of some of the headaches some of this can bring. Now, this is what it looks like up in the high country right now. This is near Sierra City. So much beautiful fall colors still, at least for the lower Sierra, but now we're going to put snow on top of it, and we're going to be tracking it all on our streaming channel, ABC 10 Plus. Download it and get ahead of these upcoming winter weather events that are heading our way. Now, October has had every sort of weather you can imagine. We started off the month in the 100s. Records were set day after day, a stretch of 100s that we hadn't seen in the record books. And then we got to some more typical fall weather the past 2 weeks, finally digging into some much cooler weather the last several days. And we've got that cold air in place that is going to set the stage for some lower snow elevations as well. Our last significant rain nearly 180 days ago. We have to go all the way back to May 4th when we had over ½ an inch of rain. And it looks like we have at least the potential to bring in some of those totals tonight through Saturday. Now, each of these model runs that come through kind of back off on the total precipitation, but we're tracking it all with slick roads, travel delays possible, and snow levels down to about 5,000 to 6,500 feet. In terms of total snow accumulation, about 12 to almost 30 inches of snow possible. Could be our first significant chain control event as well. We have a winter weather advisory in place starting up tonight at 11 o'clock. That will last all the way through Thursday at 5 p.m. Mostly for this year in the 80-50 corridor, and then along 88, 89, as well as 120. You could see some of those snow impacts as well. Our timeline really hasn't changed much. Late tonight through early Thursday, we have that weather impact alert. Our snow level down to about 5,500 feet. Bringing in the decorations and just kind of planning for some longer commutes is definitely going to get you ahead of some of the headaches that some of this weather will bring. Friday night through Saturday morning, still have the weather impact alert in place. This is going to produce heavier rain and snow. That still looks like it's intact here for the forecast, all driving in from this low pressure system. We're already seeing precipitation out ahead of this, all the way from Washington through Oregon and Northern California. That's about the cutoff line into our Wednesday late afternoon, early evening. You can see it's bringing plenty of moisture on the coast, and this is all due to move southward here throughout the evening into early Thursday. So like I said, as far as total accumulation from this first system, there's not a ton. We'll be lucky to pull out any measurable precipitation from Sacramento through Stockton and Modesto, closer to about 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, a little bit more along that I-80 line and points northward, just because the moisture starts to dry out. Now, this is true as well for our model snowfall totals. That looks like only about 1 inch or 2 from the first weather system moving through, and most of that will be north of I-80. Looking at the timeline as we head into the evening, that band of rain starting to press towards the valley by 9 p.m. Quick mover. It's out of here by 7 a.m. for the morning commute. A couple of lingering snow showers, though, and so we'll see that into at least the early evening. But by trick-or-treating time, clear skies, and it will set the stage for a rather chilly evening ahead. Then we'll start tracking that next band of rain coming in for Friday. But in terms of our Halloween forecast, a look at those numbers here. We've got variable cloud cover. We'll start the evening off with mostly clear skies and then pick up just a little bit of clouds moving through our sunset just after 6 o'clock. So it will be a chilly one. Maybe layering that trick-or-treating outfit might be the best option to stay warm as you head door to door. A look at our departure from normal. We stay with that cold air in place through at least Saturday morning. And again, that's going to give us the opportunity to see some of the lower snow lines, at least for this time of year. We're down to about 5,000 to 5,500 feet tonight through early Thursday. And then we get just a little bit of warmth building in. Not much. It's not going to be warmer than average. We're going to keep it on the colder side. Snow levels staying right around 6,000 feet or so. So that's going to be below the passes. Most of the passes are right around around 7,200 feet or so. Here's a look at our futurecast again. As we head into the evening hours, we're going to draw on that first line of moisture that will stay with us through early Thursday. Then it's a dry forecast until we get to our Friday evening. Now, this is the new timing on this. Earlier, we thought we'd be able to get through Friday night football, all the activities that are going on Friday evening without any rain in the forecast, but now it's sped up, meaning we could find some slick spots out there for Friday evening festivities. Perhaps you're doing some Halloween stuff still post-Halloween, Dia de los Muertos, perhaps, and we've got the rain that's going to be coming in. Snow will start to pick up a little bit later on. So Friday night into early Saturday is when the biggest rain starts to come through. This is going to also bring the potential for some thunderstorms right along that I-80 Highway 50 line and in through the northern San Joaquin Valley. This is also going to give us our biggest rainfall totals. Snow, though, will continue to pile up through our early Saturday. The rain starts to move out by Saturday morning. Probably some soggy ground out there, though, just based on how much rain is going to fall in such a short period of time. By Saturday afternoon, we actually start to dry out. So that's some good news, at least for the most of our weekend forecast. In terms of measurable rain, about 1/4 of an inch to over 1/2 an inch of rain through the valley. Short period of time, so we'll watch for some ponding on the roadways there. 80-50 corridor through the foothills, about 1/2 an inch of rain or so. And then for snowfall totals, this is what I was talking about. This is a much bulkier system for us. It has a lot more moisture. The cold air is in place, so about 1 to 12 inches of snow coming through for that second system Friday night through Saturday. We're only 1 day away from Halloween, and then we're 4 days away from falling back, 6 from Election Day, and 29 from Thanksgiving. Can you believe we're less than 30 days away from Thanksgiving? It's finally starting to feel like that type of weather, though. Daylight saving time comes to an end this Sunday. Set the clocks back 1 hour, meaning we get an extra hour of sleep as well. Now, in terms of the long range outlook, once we dig in much deeper, 8 to 14 days into the middle of November, likely warmer through Northern California and the Pacific Northwest. Just a little pocket there of cooler air potentially in through Southern California. I'll show you why in just a moment. Likely drier, though, through much of the state, possibly likely wetter through the southern part of the state. Again, we've got a little weather system that's going to pose a risk of bringing in a few isolated showers. The weather pattern, though, on the back edge of these weather systems moving through by Saturday afternoon, once we start to clear the skies, we pick up the potential of seeing some pretty gusty winds. A lot of people have asked, okay, well, is this going to be enough wetting rain and snow to bring down the fire risk? Yes, it will bring it down. Is it eliminated? It's never eliminated in California, basically. We always have some area that has a risk of seeing some wildfires. So we'll see the winds pick up. This is going to dry out the fuels very likely for the lower elevations pretty quickly because it continues into Monday as well. So we'll watch what that does to our fire risk to start off the next work week. We have a potential for a second one coming in as well. Let me go ahead and play this out. We already talked about our Thursday forecast, that first weather system drying out for trick-or-treaters. We talked about the second one that comes in. That'll be Friday night through early Saturday. Most of Saturday afternoon is a dry one here. As you can see, even some of the Sierra snow showers starting to wind down by the early afternoon. But then we have this setup. That low starts to settle into the Great Basin. Here comes the high pressure ridge, and that's our setup for tracking the winds Sunday into Monday. Now, the deal is on the back edge of that low pressure system is another little low that moves in. That gives us the potential to see another wind event. Not the greatest setup here for a wind event as opposed to that other one, but it's certainly worth watching as we see just a short duration as we start to see that transition that we could have some winds. That could also bring a few showers as well to the forecast. So we'll watch that, and then the low starts to move out. Behind that, we got high pressure, and that's going to get us into a pretty good stretch of dry weather. Highs for tomorrow in the 40s for the Sierra. Lows are in the 30s. That's why we'll see that snow line down to lake level. 50s and 60s for the foothills for our Halloween forecast. Along the coast, we're in the 60s and 60s as well through much of the valley after starting off with morning lows in the upper 40s to right around 50. A look at our 5-day regional forecast. Is going to be on and off unsettled weather through early Sunday. Even a few flurries still possible Sunday morning. For the foothills, we'll dry things out by Saturday afternoon. And for the coast, it's going to be a mix of sun and clouds and highs in the 60s. Still a chance for showers, though, along the coast as well. 3-day forecast, we have that chance of some very early morning showers, dry for our trick-or-treating, as well as most of Friday until we get after sunset. Then the new timing shows that band of rain moving through into early Saturday, and then we're going to dry things out once again. We've got the time change on Sunday, Election Day on Tuesday, and you can see the longer range forecast taking it through the next 10 days here. Once we get through Saturday, we're pretty much in a dry stretch here with highs back to near 70. That is a look at your forecast. We're going to keep tracking this active weather and update you on the timing on our ABC 10 Plus streaming channel.